Have you ever felt like you do everything right yet it's never enough? Like if you don't please others, you lose your value? Living for other people's approval is an endless race. You change the way you speak, hide what you think, smile even when you're exhausted inside. No one ever told you that living this way wears down the soul. Every like becomes a temporary hit, every silence a wound. And the worst part is that you start believing your worth depends on other people's reactions. That exhaustion isn't accidental, it's a sign. Because when your identity is in someone else's hands, you never truly rest. But here comes the uncomfortable question. Who convinced you that you had to earn your worth? And more importantly, what would happen if today you stopped trying? What comes next may confront you, but it might also set you free. The need for approval doesn't come out of nowhere. It has deep roots. Rejection, abandonment, words that hurt more than we care to admit. Maybe someone made you feel invisible. Maybe you learned that love meant meeting expectations, and without realizing it, you started negotiating your identity. But hear this, when you seek external approval, you're actually asking for permission to exist, and no one should have to give you that. The problem isn't wanting to be accepted, it's believing that without it you have no worth. That's where something breaks inside, because you begin living from fear, not from truth. Yet there is a truth stronger than any wound from the past, a voice that does not negotiate your value. But before you hear it, there's something you need to understand about Jesus that almost no one explains. Jesus was rejected, questioned, and misunderstood. He didn't try to please everyone, he sought to be faithful to the truth, and that made him free. He never allowed the opinions of others to define who he was. That's why he could love without fear, speak without masks, and walk without guilt. Jesus did not negotiate his identity, and he doesn't want you to either. He reveals a radical principle. Your worth does not change based on human approval. In fact, God declares it clearly. You are precious in my eyes. Isaiah 43:4. He doesn't say, if you behave well. He doesn't say, if others approve of you. He says, you are. But if this is true, why do we still doubt? Because we haven't yet learned to live from that identity. And this is where everything begins to change. Building a strong identity isn't about repeating nice phrases. It's about choosing each day where you live from. When you remember that your worth is non-negotiable, your decisions change. You no longer say yes out of fear. You no longer silence your truth. You start living with internal coherence. The daily practice is simple, yet powerful. Before you react, remember who you are. Before seeking approval, listen to the voice that created you. Not everyone will understand your process, and that's okay. Inner stability is born when you stop living for applause and start living from truth. But here's the final challenge. Do you dare to let go of external validation? Because doing so doesn't just heal, it redefines your life. And now, we arrive at the key point. Here's the solution we promised from the start. Your worth is not earned, it's not lost, it's not negotiable. It has already been given. God doesn't measure you by human opinions. He calls you valuable right now, just as you are. When you live from that truth, you are free. Free to love, free to say no, free to be authentic. Today, you can release the weight of pleasing others and rest in your identity. If this resonated with you, it wasn't by accident. It's an invitation. Pray, breathe, and say to God, teach me to see myself the way you see me. And now I leave you with a question I want you to answer in the comments, because your voice matters more than you realize. At what point in your life did you feel that your worth depended on other people's approval? If this message spoke to you, share it and subscribe. Someone else needs to hear it today.